Hey readers, this is my first voice commentary and I hope you can understand my English because I'm not an English speaker. I generally speak Mandarin, Cantonese and Hakka, and English is not my first language, so I hope you can understand what I say. So I come across this layout when I was searching for new ideas, and I just want to share with you how can you overcome such a layout with multiple walls surrounding the entrance. So what I'm going to start with is to demonstrate to you what you should not do, right? So for this type of layout, if you were to place a better ramp near the corner of the wall, right, either side of the wall, you are not going to, the ramp is not going to break it. It is going to come straight up rather than going to the side, because the reason why is there are no building at the side. So the nearest building at the nearest wall from the entrance is actually here, right? So that's why it's trying to actually come here and ramp this wall. So what you can see here is that I place the wall a ramp just to demonstrate that it is going this way. So when you were to do that, right, first thing first is the first mistake you do is if you just deploy the RAM, if there is a zap trap, and usually they are going to take out your RAM, so you are losing your RAM just because you deploy the RAM first. So what you should do if you intended to break the wall before deploying the RAM, place a barbarian, right? So the barbarian might be taken out by the zap trap, but at least you do not lose one of your RAM, especially if you only plan bring along a limited number of RAM, and it may not be enough for you to go to the directions that you wish to initially. So rather than deploying the RAM, you should actually bring along a jump spell. So depending on the level of the jump spell, the higher level, the coverage will be of the radius is actually much higher. So for a level 4, it can reach 3.8 tiles. So, but another thing that you shouldn't do is, for example, if you were to plan to place a jump spell here, and you want to break the wall, the first layer of the wall here, right? If you place too near to the wall and the jump spell actually touches it, the next thing you do when you deploy a RAM, the RAM is not going to break this wall. It's going to come up, trying to come up and break the second layer of the wall instead. So so right now I'm just showing you how your RAM operate on such a base, right? Whether it's a left or right, it's going to come straight. So when you place a jump spell again, this is a mistake you do, right? So you cover the first layer of the wall that you intend to break. So this RAM is not going to break this wall, but it's going to come straight up to the second layer of the wall. So this is what you should avoid. So what I suggest you to do is when you place the jump spell, if you have a level 4 or higher, so first thing first is that if you calculate the tiles, right? So from the middle of the jump spell, right here, right? So it cover 1 tile, 2, 3, and near to 4. So it touches both sides of the wall. So unless the layout that you face, they move the outer layer of the wall to the right here instead, right? If they put it here, then it may not be able to cover both areas. But what you must do is that it must cover the entrance, so that at least you are able to use the wall breaker to break the wall if it doesn't reach the outer layer of the wall, right? So from this example here is that it actually cover both sides of the wall. So what you can do is now is to clear out here this side of the building and have your RAM open up the wall from this side and attack from the side. So I have a video that demonstrate the end-to-end attack. I'm going to do a commentary. So but this example is quite straightforward, right? So I'm going to show the next example before I jump to the video that I'm attacking, right? So that example is going to show you if the outer layer of the wall is actually further out, then you need one extra wall breaker. So right now I've moved the wall one tile further. So when you do that, right, so when the jump pads are placed, it is only going to touch the entrance of the side of the wall, but not the other side. So you must bring one extra wall breaker along with it, right? And from there, you can actually continue with an attack sideways. Okay, I'm going to show the video right now. This is a Capital Peak level 10, but the original layout that I seen when I search around for ideas is Capital Peak 9. So that's where there are two more buildings that I put on the side because the layout that I come across are still at the Capital Peak 9. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how to overcome this space. So first thing first is to overcome the wall by using a jump spell. As you can see here, I'm supposed to bring only one jump spell, but I bring two instead. But if you were to tackle this space, just bring one jump spell, and the remaining two slot you can actually use the lightning. Use it for lightning. So after you place the jump spell, open up the wall towards the Infernal Tower and try to clear out one side of the base, the left side of the base. So I'm going to fast forward a bit. Hopefully you can see clearer. Okay, so basically what I do here is you just deploy one group of archer at a time and use the barbarian to try to distract the cannon so that you do not lock onto your group of archers that you deploy earlier, so that you have a 1 second, maybe more, and the 1 second is actually quite useful when you accumulate it over time. It could take out some of the building before it is being taken out by the cannon. So what I plan to do here is you can see that I place a ridge nearer to the back of the Capital Peak because I'm trying to bring a P.E.K.K.A. later, and the P.E.K.K.A. would not want to be any closer to the multi-cannon because multi-cannon is if it lock onto a target or to your P.E.K.K.A., it might actually kill your P.E.K.K.A. sooner before the P.E.K.K.A. will be able to take out the Capital Peak. As you can see, I make a mistake here. I deploy my remaining of the RAM. Actually, I do not need to do that. When I do that, I open up a wall over here, and the giant will actually come out as soon as I deploy any army that is visible to it. So that's where now I wasted 2 or 3 group of archer trying to kill these 2 giant. So I'm going to fast forward a bit. So right now I'm trying to take out the giant, followed by deploying my P.E.K.K.A. But I made a mistake for not taking out the cannon first, because if I were to take out the cannon first, the P.E.K.K.A. will come straight to the Capital Peak, and it should have taken out the Capital Peak without any problem, because it's not anywhere nearer to the cannon. So I wasted like another 2 group of archers just to take out the remaining of the Capital Peak. So right now I'm coming to the right side of the base. I'm going to take out the Infernal Tower because my key troops for my third attack is usually a Flying Fortress, because Flying Fortress can accumulate a lot of Flying Fortress that are not taken out by the end of your third attack usually give you more capital gold. So if I were to attack in a Capital Peak level 10, I can have 250 capital gold if I do not lose any of the Flying Fortress, and as well as any troops that I bring along. So So right now I'm actually trying to use the Flying Fortress to take out the defense. With the rage itself is actually quite powerful, and with it upgraded to level 5, it can actually withstand the rapid rocket for a longer period of time. So as you can see here, I did not bring on any balloons because I need to take out the dragons. So but if you are attacking a level 9 capital pig, I would suggest you bring the balloons to help take out some of the air defense. So usually with the balloons taking out more of your remaining air defense, right? 2 of your flying fortress should remain alive at the end of the attack. So I do some research on my past attack. In fact, most of my flying fortress remain alive after I deploy it. Okay, so next you can see the level 10 attack. I make change. So my attack strategy is always to wrap up the third attack with Flying Fortress. So if I decided to use Flying Fortress as my wrap up troops, so what I need to do is to make sure that I take out both of the Inferno Tower and all of the defense, air defense. So you can see that both sides of the layout, they have equally number of air defense. So I'm going to use the first 2 attack to take out both Inferno Tower and as the Capital Pig, as well as many air defense as possible. So first I deploy the jump spell, and I am actually coming up from the left side of the base. So I need to first clear the side of the building so that when my ramp are coming closer to the wall, I will be able to break it without wasting any of my ramp. So I need to fast forward a bit because as you can see, the barbarian and the archer is really slow, right? I hope you can still see what I'm demonstrating. So now I'm going to slow it down to 1 speed as requested by some of my subscribers. So first thing first is I'm going to clear out the left side of the base, and I'm going to come close to the capital pig. So my rage is going to cover a little bit of the capital pig because I have used 1 jump spell. So I do not want to deploy my rage too early, because if I were to deploy my rage too early, I'm going to waste it because it's not going to be useful for my next attack. So that's where you can see that I do not deploy it too soon. When I'm coming closer to it, when I'm clearing as many buildings as possible at the left side, I will be able to start deploying my rage, and I will be able to benefit from this attack and as well as my second attack. And I'm going to speed up a bit. So I was thinking where to place the rage, because as you can see, there are multi-cannon here. If I were to use a P.E.K.K.A to knock out the capital pig, it cannot be too close to the multi-cannon, as well as it cannot be too close to the single Inferno Tower. So that's where I need to figure out exactly where I need to place it. So what I'm doing right now is to move towards the center, and I need to break some wall nearer to this side of the capital pig. But unfortunately, when I only left with 1 brand just now, and I wanted to actually break to the other side too, so that I can come forward and kill the dragons, but unfortunately I did not bring enough RAM to do that. But anyway, I managed to complete it in the 3 attacks. Okay, so my second attack is quite simple. So I need to take out the capital pig as soon as possible, and I'm going to do it with the P.E.K.K.A. So as you can see, the cannon is not going to cover this side of the capital pig, right? If it's not going to cover this side of the capital pig, then it's not going to knock out my P.E.K.K.A. So it's going to remain strong, and the field hit on the capital pig is going to be gone, right? And the pickup will be able to take out the crossbow or the blast bow right here as well, right? So once I take up the capital pick and when I move forward, I'm going to take up as many of this building as possible. So my prime target, of course, is the Infinite Tower and all the air defense at the other side. That means that it leaves only this side of the rapid rockets, the center piece, and these two, right? I'm going to also try to take out this air defense. So next level mine is going to take up your next level archer. So if you do bring along a few more of your barbarian, right, it is better to deploy the barbarian first so that they try to clear up some of the mine, right? So right now I'm actually thinking which side I should attack from my third attack, right? Should I take out the dragon or should I take up the air defense? So after thinking for a while, right, I think the air defense is more important because I'm going to bring 2 flying fortress and I'm going to use a dragon. I'm actually bringing 1 flying fortress, sorry, and I'm going to bring 1 dragon along with a few balloons so that it can help me to clear out this part of the rapid rocket. So I'm going to fast forward here while the minion is trying to wrap up to clear up this side of the other side of the base. So my third attack is simple. I bring around 1 flying fortress, a dragon, and the remaining balloons and a minion. So my flying fortress is going to go straight up to the air defense at the left side of the base, and I'm going to deploy the balloon at the other side so that it clear up 3 of the rapid rockets. And one thing I make a mistake is that I should be deploying a balloon near to this side, right, so that it can take up the rapid rocket here, so that at least that rapid rocket won't continue to lock onto my dragons, right? So too bad I lose the dragon, and if you were to attacking a real opponent, you will lose out 40 capital gold bonus. Okay, so now you just clear out this space. So I have not faced such a base yet, but if I do, I will post a replay subsequently. So I'm going to show it to you now so that in case you face such a base this weekend, you have some idea on how to overcome the walls and how to tackle such base. Thanks for watching, and if you like my video and if you like to continue to see my commentary, share and subscribe my video and like my video. Thanks a lot for watching.